country is becoming more and more the melting pot. There's a lot of cultures coming in, aren't there?
There's one thing I would want to know in the nurse may, again, may not have all the information, what kind of family dynamic is going on.
Yeah.
Am I entering a situation where husband and wife are estranged but still married?
Yeah.
Is there an ex-wife, ex-husband?
Yeah.
Where are the children? Who's calling the shots?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you and I know that could produce some very interesting.
Now, I've heard perspective of ministers your need, and what is nursing thinking now?
I'm talking about HIPAA.
HIPAA. Right?
Yeah, what can you tell
Here's
me?
where the world's collapsed. We go, but you're asking me to do ministry. Here's some things as a minister that I would do so much better if I had that. And we're all going, I'm not going to jail. Right? I'm not putting my license on line. This is my career. This is how I feed my family. And if I give you that amount of information, I could be in jail tomorrow. I could have a fine. I would lose my job immediately.
In some ways, though, I mean, bottom line is if you go in with a heart, in the bottom line of being present,
Yeah.
and you ask questions of concern,
Yeah.
it doesn't take you long to figure out what's going on
Right.
in the room and figure out what you need to do.
You can
So,
get that from the family.
Some of those things are good to have,
Yeah.
but they're not necessary. And like you said, the nurse that calls most likely,
She won't know.
you know,
I don't know that other stuff.
Yeah.
I think here in a smaller hospital, you get a little more information
Yeah.
than you would in
Yeah.
the larger hospital. But
But I wanted you to come to that frustration as medical and pastoral, because that's where the tension is. They're not helping me, or they're asking too much of me. Okay? But as you said, you can get that amount. You spend time with the family, and you can get that. You may have to ask, see, just,
Said Itchell last night, a nurse came to Bible study and say one of the members is in the hospital sick. When we pray for her, and they asked, okay, what's wrong? She said, well, I can tell you.
yeah. I
I
can't.
can tell you, but I have to shoot.
Yeah. Pray for them. God knows who they are. They know what the problem is. Pray. We have a lot more generic prayers.
Everybody in the church, you know, shit, what's going on?
Yeah. And God's up there just filling in the blanks. But with us, we want meat. We want information, you know. But that's the thing. That's why I brought you to that, because that's the tension. Okay. But you can gather that information. It may take a little. Here's something that I've learned, a little trick. I'm going into a room, and here's an elderly male patient, and here's a younger female visitor. You know, you can go, are you his daughter?
Yeah.
And it's his wife, or girlfriend, significant other.
You only make that mistake once. don't
You only do it?
Actually, I've done it more. Don't make that mistake.
It takes me a little longer to learn. But you can ask the question, how are you related? Okay? And get yourself in a lot less pickles. Okay? And they can go, I'm his wife, although I'm 40 years younger, you know? It's just, so you can gather information. There's just roundabout ways to do it. What could you be doing on the way? You're a minister, you're being called in, you're coming to the hospital. What could you be doing on the way? Pray. Praying for what?
Pray for them, pray for you.
Pray for them, pray for you. Did you know the nurses need prayer? The doctor, that doctor's so smart. He's gone through medical school. He knows what to do. Needs prayer, right? Who else needs prayer?
And a minister.
The family. You do as you go.
We all do.
You all need prayer. So on the way, let's say it takes you 15 minutes to drive in, you could be praying on the way, and as you're dressing, as you're getting ready, I always keep a little ditty bag in my trunk of change of clothes. Let's suppose that, you know, I live over here, and the hospital's here, and then I'm over here somewhere, and I've got to go past the hospital, go get my clothes, and come back. Okay. So I keep stuff in my trunk all the time. I keep my hospital badge there. I keep a change of clothes there just so I can be ready to come in.
What is wrong with, let's say you're on the golf course and you get the call, what is wrong with just walking in? and
Nothing wrong with it, but I've been out kayaking. I've been up to here in Greece.
Sure.
14 years experience. I get it. You have to live your life, okay? And when you're on call every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it happens several times a week. So you might say, my golf clothes are fine. How about my tennis clothes? How about my kayaking clothes? You know, how about I was helping a friend and I'm dirty, you know? So there are times of being ready and that, just to, getting ready for that possibility.
We was just talking about that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was gonna change clothes, I got here. So I felt ready to change that.
Yeah.
My shoes.
Yeah,
So I was staying.
yeah. I have come in beach clothes. At one particular, I remember a baby drowning. Well, everybody else was. I told him, I go, you know, I've been at the beach. Get here as fast as you can. But everybody else is going to be in swimming clothes anyway. Okay, so it's like they didn't care what I looked like. I was there to minister. So do the best you can. And that was before I learned to keep a ditty bag. What if you can't come in? You're the chaplain on call. It's your day. And they've called your cell phone. What if you can't come in? What are you going to do?
Well, if I keep on the phone long enough, I'm gonna be honest and say, I cannot come in
Okay.
right now.
Yeah.
I think that comes into an administrative issue where it just is with other on-call personnel, you always have a backup. And you would then say, I'm unavailable. I may have an emergency with another member of my
Yeah.
church.
You may be just seconds before you're getting up to preach.
And then I would have to
Yeah.
say, I cannot be there
Yeah,
right now. I can be there later,
yeah.
but there should be a backup on-call.
So we're going to supply you with a list of all the on-call chaplain, their cell numbers. We're going to have a list of those. If you were to say to someone calling you in, I can't come in, I'm just about to, or I'm involved in, then we'll have another system. Okay? Yeah. And you can kind of have a buddy system too of who you can call in. What if you're not properly dressed? We dealt with that. What if you're sick?
Same rules apply.
Yep. A lot of us are codependent and enablers, and we never admit we're sick, and we come in anyway. You might make someone sicker.
Amen.
You know, you're coming in to people with diagnoses that cause them to not have an immunity system as strong as ours. So you might make it worse. So there are times when I need to say, because of whatever illness I have, I shouldn't be there. Now you might, since you know that's your day on call, you might preclude that by saying to your buddy, I know I can't come in today, just in case I get called in, call this number. There's kind of the main switchboard we'll use with that. So you can have the backup prepared already. What if there is no chaplain come in? What if you have 7 chaplains on your list and all 7 have been called and all 7 either sick, can't come in, out of town, whatever, so nobody to call in? It will happen. There will be times. These are volunteers. You're not paid to do this. This isn't your job. It isn't like, we'll just come here anyway. You're a volunteer. There will be times. You can say, Mrs. Jones, you said that she was down in the waiting room. Is she in a condition that I could pray with her? And they may say, no way. She is a mess. I don't think I can even get her here to the phone. Okay? Or they may say, well, let me go ask her. We have a chaplain that's here on call. All chaplain can't come in today. Would you like to talk to one of the chaplains on the phone? Oh, I would love to. And you can pray with them on the phone, do ministry that way, better than no ministry at all. Some way that you can kind of meet that. Now, what if there's no chaplain can come in? I have trained our nursing supervisors to be a deputized chaplain, okay? Where they can get them a chair, get them a phone, get them something to drink, get them a hug, give them a hug. And if they're spiritual nursing supervisors, pray with them.